We are live.
I'd like to welcome everyone to the TrendFire podcast. We're going to be working on a cooler name than that, but right now it's the TrendFire podcast. You have myself, Khalil Alameen, one of the co-founders of Nichefire, Michael Howard, CEO of Nichefire, and we're a cultural trends prediction platform, and we help businesses identify and predict the impacts of emerging consumer, political, and economic opportunities on your business and your consumers. And today, we want to show you our baby, TrendFire, cultural trends identification and prediction platform. And we're going to let Michael here take us through a little exercise of showing this off and have a conversation about some of the trends that we're seeing. So, Michael.
Hey, yeah, what's up? I want to start off with this because, Khalil, we're launching this platform in October 23rd. And, this is something that we're just extremely excited about. We think this is going to be a huge opportunity for those that are trying to understand culture better.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, this isn't your standard social listening tool. This is a platform that's using the latest and greatest in AI to deliver emerging consumer, political, economic, societal trends, help you predict what's out there and help you understand what to do about those common beliefs and common behaviors and common interests and whatnot that are emerging from the web. And so, this has been something that we've been working on for a couple of years, and we're officially launching this on October 23rd. And so, what we're going to be doing is to show a couple examples every week of different topics and trends and stuff like that. What's great is that every week you'll be seeing improvements to the platform going forward as well. It's still in beta. It's still there's still some kinks we're working out. And so what I want to do now, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you guys can see what we got going on here.
Yeah, let's dig in. I'm excited. People are going to really like this.
Yeah. So, so the premise behind what we're doing here is to essentially take away that whole idea of struggling to understand the unknown unknowns. Because with social listening, you can't just know ahead of time what to search for when you're trying to understand trends and stuff like that. Trends happen so rapidly, and the reason they are an emerging cultural trend is because culture shifts, and culture is just this ever-changing enigma. It's kind of crazy how much it changes. And oftentimes when brands are looking at culture, looking at a particular topic or something like that, sometimes it's too late. And sometimes they missed out on the opportunity, and they don't know how this is going to look into the future. And so one of the examples that we put together today, and so like I said, this is still in beta. So so there's going to be a lot of kinks that we're going to be working out here. But one of the examples around ESG, so that's environmental and social governance. And so what we're picking up on here is, what are some environmental topics or kind of social good topics and whatnot. So what we have going on here is this is our My Trends. So this is helping you pick up on at a 10,000 foot view. What are some of the emerging trends that are coming out from this platform? So there's going to be some major enhancements to this. We're using some generative AI to help deliver, descriptions and details about these trends. But here are a couple that you can see down here. You can see environmental science, sustainability. What is environmental? Circular economy models, eco-friendly, stuff like that. Global warming. These are all emerging trends within ESG. You can click on any one of these to see what's going on, or some top keywords. But if you really want to dive into understanding some of the themes within these topics, we go to the Explore dashboard. So let's do that global warming one. I think that one's
It's right under Starbucks at the top.
There it is. Okay, yeah, there we go. That's another one. We'll have to look at a Starbucks, what's going on in there. So this is what we call our Explore dashboard. So the premise here is that you can take these trends and identify all the emerging themes and stuff like that using real live social data that's coming into the platform. And so what our platform does, though, is it syndicates data from all over the web, search, web traffic, news and media, podcasts, you name it. It's bringing in all that data and helping surface trends and helping you map out what they look like. And so, for instance, we can see what's in the samples, but we have this AI that actually develops Morris develops clusters and themes and stuff like
Hmm.
that out of those emerging trends as well. And so you can see all these different clusters here. What are people talking about when it comes to global warming? For
Hmm.
instance, extreme temperatures is among them. And so our generative AI, like picks up on the names for those clusters and, provides a description of what that theme is about. And so you can
It's
actually
been
see
hot
like,
this summer too, so
oh,
that's
oh
a.
my God.
It's been
Yeah,
so hot.
and you and I, we're big guys. So, I mean, like, it's
Yeah,
just, you're just constantly just sweating all the time.
yeah, like literally making my wife mad because I'm always taking washcloths out of the house with me. So,
Is she just like, where are all my washcloths at?
yep, like, oh, why do you always have washcloths in your pocket? And I'm like, it's hot.
Hey, if you're big sweaty guys like us, it's actually kind of a nice like life hack is just always have like a little washcloth in your back pocket at all times.
But yeah, so around this conversation, like, what are some of the overarching themes around the heat, other than say global warming? Okay, as soon as it gets hot, people say something about global
Hmm.
warming. What's interesting to me is like the overall themes, or these trends that it's calling out. They're all red, which means like the sentiment is very bad. Like it's a
Hmm.
lot of angry people,
Hmm.
a lot of angry conversations being let
Hmm.
out there, and this kind of lets me know, like, just from one of the many, like, how is this useful, right? If you're making content for your brand around, you know, you know, sustainability or global warming, or advocate of, hey, we decreasing your carbon footprint, and all the things that brands could talk about in that. Just be prepared for a lot of potential negative blowback or negative receptions of that, because
Hmm.
some people believe in it, some people don't. Like, look at all these trends in this section and see how, like, none of them, like, except for climate change impact, is the only positive cluster that we see in there. But I mean,
I,
that's just one of the call outs that I see from here.
this is
Oh, this is
interesting.
wild.
So,
That's wild.
Republican lawmaker blames global warming on gay people. Hold
Like,
on. We got one second. I want to see
we
what
got
this
to
is.
look at that. Look at that. Pull that up.
Oh my goodness. Hold on. Let's see.
What is happening?
Actually, here. Oh, it actually pulls up to like an article. There we go.
The article. Yeah.
Yeah. Minnesota Republican absurdly blames global warming on Pride Month. So.
You see, and that's why I think a tool like this can kind of give you that perspective, or um, that insight of just understanding, like, what type of topics, what type of things you could be up for, lining yourself up for, when you decide to make content or decisions in some of these areas. And like, that's wild. Like, you get closer to election times, and we got a presidential election coming up and all that. I mean, the politics just kind of get off the rails a little bit with some of the things that just kind of come up from that. But like, that was a great call out, and just being
Hmm.
able to have that immediate understanding of what the cluster is, what the conversation is, and where it's coming from, and then having that verbatim around it from a consumer that's like engaging with that particular content, I think is super powerful and can be super helpful. But
Hmm.
which one are you clicking on now?
So this one
Global
was
intelligence.
interesting. So there's some stories on Bill Gates planning to chop down 70 70 million acres of trees. This almost sounds like misinformation here. It's
Yeah,
interesting. Think you kind of so this was a theme that was picked up on that. No, don't take me to the ads. We're
right.
good.
So, and like you see here, we're pulling in data from forums, the web, TikTok, Reddit. This is in beta right now, so it doesn't have our full set of data availability right now. But
Hmm.
coming in October, you should see way more different data sets pumping through, way more different verbatims from other platforms, and be able to really just have that full 360 view of that
Hmm.
particular topic out there. And
Yeah.
again, it's not just social data. This is everything. This is
Hmm.
not crawling, but it's pulling in data from like news and media, blogs, social, all that stuff, all in one spot. So you don't have to go to a million different websites to do this. You don't have to spend 5 weeks doing a project, looking into some of these topics. You can literally just, have us or use this tool and just kind of fire it up. So
Hmm.
if anyone's
Here's
out
another.
there, yeah, go for
Yeah.
it. Go for it.
Oh, here's another interesting one: Starbucks lawsuit. So, because I was curious why Starbucks is trending
Starbucks is
there.
trending.
Yeah. So let's see. So Starbucks is, a white Starbucks manager gets 25 million after staff blocked black men from the bathroom. Interesting. Oh, so so the description of this one. So again, this is cool. It's like AI generated. So the text discusses a lawsuit against Starbucks where a former white manager alleges wrongful termination based on race and was awarded $25 million in damage. What would you do at $25
Right now, I would invest it in Nichefire, put it
million? I
back
probably
into
did.
the business.
Here you go.
No, I mean, shoot, I buy my buy us a new van. All those kids of mine, get us a big old Sprinter van with some TVs in it, maybe some spinners. Live it up, big
There you
big
go. You
style, big
should get
pimple
like one of those
style.
big party. You should get one of those big party buses. There you go.
Right, right. Deck it out.
I want to see how.
Take it to
I want to see.
tailgating.
Yeah, I want to see how it looks in the sentiment view too.
Mhm.
So because you can pick up on what's cool about the way we're doing sentiment here. So this isn't a just like a binary approach. It's like this is negative or this is positive. This is taking polarity into account here. So how positive or how negative something is, because so we scale this on a negative 100 to 100 basis. So every comment, every piece of text that comes on our platform, we measure based on this scale. And so what's really cool is that, like, for instance, if you were to compare a comment that says that's good to, hey, that's great, that's great has a little bit more positive oomph behind that, right? But also, if you have something where there's maybe a conflicting messages in within the same comment, you can say like, hey, this is, like I love this, but I hate this. And what'll happen is rather than having to tip the scales one way or the other, it actually provides a balanced metric as what is the ultimate sentiment behind that. We teed this up with what we call our expressiveness measurement. So now you can also look at like the passion and how people are expressive in certain communities and topics, essentially the length and strength of the language. And so like, you can click on the Starbucks Pride Decoration, see what's going on there.
They're
Someone had an
they're
issue.
fixing
Hey,
it.
yeah, there we go.
Buggies,
Oh, that's
bugs,
right.
bugs, bugs. They're
Okay,
fixing
let's go
those
back over
bugs
here.
on that one. Hmm.
Yeah. So this one's about discussion around Starbucks' decision to remove or restrict pride decorations in certain stores, leading to debates about corporate responsibility, union involvement, and customer reactions. And so, look at all the like, there's a lot of different conversations on this too. So,
Hmm. So I
hashtag
just had a
pride
thought
too.
too. Is like, um, this doesn't always have to be like identifying trends like that's going to impact you. You could see how decisions are impacting your competitors or leaders in the
Hmm.
space where you can be like, oh, dang, like Starbucks decided to do this and look at the blowback for it. Or, you know, as a recent, we had some stuff happen like with Budweiser or Target and things like that. You can really like analyze these decisions that other companies are making and see how it's impacting their brand too.
Hmm. So I like this is like one of my favorite views, being able to click in on these things. Um, let's see if we can like I'm just kind of curious. I just want to like play around with this a little bit. So being able to pick up on some of the comment. Actually, here, let's see if we can like narrow in on like a. Let's do like this one right here. So what's going on in this one?
All right, decorations.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, like it's going to bring in that a great sample, a great representation of what that conversation is looking like around that topic. So
Mm-hmm.
forgive us if any of those comments or things that you see are offensive or anything. This is verbatims coming from the internet, but
Mm-hmm.
we can capture that and understand that and really get to see how these topics sway the consumer
Mm-hmm.
and their beliefs and how they approach certain topics when they come up online. So
Mm-hmm.
that's interesting. And something as simple as just deciding not to do something can really really impact your reputation as a brand too.
Hmm.
Just think how, you see all those verbatims around, just people not really agreeing with Starbucks doing that. So super
Hmm.
powerful. And then
Yeah.
then we can also predict, right? Is this going to be
Yeah.
something you need to worry about for a long time, or how do you really need to approach it for
Hmm.
for a period of time? So.
Yeah. Now, of course, there's still some bugs and enhancements we're making to this. So, for instance, like there's this little gap here. There's a bug that happened there, but we can kind of see this starting to kind of stabilize over time.
Hmm.
What what can you can expect going to the future too is being able to like click in and be able to dive into these. So that's coming soon. I'm really excited for when we can launch that particular
Hmm.
piece. But we have some major enhancements to the actual accuracy of these projections as well coming up soon. So again, we're launching this in October 23rd, so be on the lookout for this. But these projections are taking into account so many different variables. And what's great is, I mean, we'll be able to pull in just minimal amounts of data around a particular topic and make really profound projections of what they can look like.
Yeah.
So we're really excited about the future with that, and we'll kind of bring about from that. There's going to be some updates to the interactivity with this graph as well, so we can be able to look at some of the different time periods in which Starbucks, for instance, has developed over time.
Hmm.
So,
But if y'all want to dig deeper into this platform, if you feel like you want to better understand trends, you want to better understand how these disruptions are impacting your business, take us up on our free trial. Reach out to us directly on LinkedIn. Follow us on or excuse me, not on Facebook, but yeah, follow us on Facebook, but LinkedIn mainly. It's where we're going to be posting up these. And reach out to us directly. And if you want a trial, we give you a trial for the platform.
Gotcha. Yeah, and there's so much on
The
this.
global warming.
Yeah. I mean, it's such a fascinating topic as well. I mean, you were just telling me a second ago too. Like, your birthday's near Christmas, so
Yeah.
December
Yeah.
22nd, right?
Yep.
What are we
And
gonna? We got to figure out what we're gonna do
golfing.
for your birthday.
I know, right? But I when I turned 30, I remember specifically, like, it was warm enough on December the 22nd that year for me to go out and play 9 holes of golf, and I was just like flabbergasted. And I had a polo shirt on and some golf pants. Like, it was
That's kind of like your
nice.
triggering moment. You're just like,
Yeah, I was like, hey,
why am I
what's
able to do
going
this?
on? What? Like, I remember just waiting for the snow on my birthday when I was a kid, and now it's like I can golf. So there's definitely some changes happening, but that debate is a very fiery debate online. If you jump into that conversation, be prepared for the negative, for
Hmm.
sure. But yeah, this is our first episode. We're gonna keep these going, and eventually we'll get good enough to do these live. But for now, we're signing off. If you guys can find value in this, let us know. Reach out to us directly, and we'll get you going. See you
Yeah.
guys.
See ya. Thank you.